Hello everyone, it is AD from kayxztarot and I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading today about what do you need to hear right now. So let's get into my hiatus. Thank you guys so much for your patience. We've been in a crazy time. It doesn't take rocket scientists to figure that out. Like, we have been in a completely topsy-turvy time, and I am not immune to those energies. So I really thank you for your patience as I tried to sort through that out. But like I said, I've learned a totally new astrology. I feel like I'm a better reader. I feel like I'm a better person. The pause that COVID brought for, I think, everyone really caused us to look at ourselves, look at our lives, look at our choices, look at who we are, and most importantly, who we want to be. And so this time has been very important to me, and it's also brought a lot of thoughts about where I want to go with this channel and how I want to broaden it and keep expanding. So I really do thank you guys for being on board with me, for those of you who have been patient with me, because I'm the most inconsistent tarot reader, but when I do come correct, all the way correct, guys. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to even sense the improvement that I have in my reading as you pick your piles. I know that this is new for the channel and all the other stuff too, so I am going to start doing more pick a cards, just because now that I'm on a different astrology and I'm not necessarily subscribed to Western, I choose to stick with the Vedic placements. It doesn't make sense for me to continue to do Virgo or Taurus, because that might not actually be correct, and I want to be as accurate as I can possibly be. So again, welcome back to the channel if you're old, and welcome if you are new. We are so happy to have you here as we grow and expand. Please do not forget to check out that description box below and information on how to book a personal reading with me. You can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram game has been lame with a capital L, and that everything has been lame for me. I have not been posting. I have not been in that energy. Literally, I just got cute. You know what I'm saying? My Venus was in the 12th and it finally moved to the 1st. So I'm back. And so, yeah, but I am going to be incorporating more into Instagram and all the other stuff. And I know if you've been on the channel, you're like, girl, you always say that. I know. Life has just happened to me. And one day I will be happy to tell you about the experiences that I've had since I've started this channel, because there's a life that's happening outside of this. This is really a break for me. And I wasn't able to record because once everybody went to quarantine, I ended up with a full house. I had nowhere to record. So I am happy to be back. I'm so happy to be back, guys. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to talk to you. I'm so happy to, I know I can't see you, but I feel like I can see you. So I'm so happy to see your beautiful your beautiful faces. And special shout out to a few people, for the people who have been getting personal readings from me. We've grown and done so much work during COVID. There's about 15 of y'all who was really consistent in this journey along with me. And so I do want to take a moment. I'm not going to say names, but I do want to take a moment to specially thank you, because you know who you are. You know who you are if we've been in this for the past 4 months. And so, yeah, guys, please, if you're super interested in personal readings, please go ahead and check that out. I am going to be changing how I handle personal readings and all the other stuff too. So yeah, shoot me an email if you're interested in that, and I will be introducing that rollout once I get a little bit more settled. For those of you who've been keeping up with me, and my mom, she got a job, so she's moving to Colorado, so I'm in the process of moving there. So I did want to take a time before kind of my life went into a whirlwind again to try to post something, and hopefully I'll be able to post a little bit more frequently. All right, so that is the intro. So now we're going to get into the actual pick a card, guys. So if you're new and you're not sure how pick a cards work, let's talk about it. So in front of me, I have 3 piles. The first pile being the Raider-Waite Tarot deck. Is a traditional deck. So if this resonates with you, then please go ahead and pick pile 1. The second is going to be the Hermetic Tarot deck. And so if this deck resonates with you, this black and white deck, then go ahead and pick pile 2. And pile 3 is going to be the Wild Unknown Tarot deck. So if this resonates with you, then go ahead and pick pile 3. Take a moment to really reflect, think about what is it that you want to hear right now? What is it that you're focused? And we will tune into those energies, guys. So take a moment, hit pause, meditate, contemplate. Don't aggravate, don't agitate, and I will meet you over at your piles. Again, thank you so much for your patience. I am so excited to do this. I hope that I give you the information that you need, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. There we go. That was what I was looking for. All right, so without any further ado, let's get into your piles, okay? So I'll see you at your piles. Thank you, and peace. Alrighty, hello, this is AD with Chaos Tarot, and I'm going to be doing your pick a card reading. So this is if you picked pile 1, the Rider-Waite traditional deck. So just a brief little introduction, just so you know, I do subscribe to Vedic astrology, so it does move people's placements 26 degrees back, about 26 degrees back. So if you're a Pisces like myself, you might go into Aquarius. If you were a Virgo, you might go into Leo, and just vice versa. It does not matter. The energies are energies, but just so you know, I do want to start off with the astrology deck, just to see what energies we're tuned into, because if the energies are not for you, then maybe this is not your pile. You understand what I'm saying? So let's get into it, guys. Again, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then please shoot me an email. All of that information is going to be in the description box below. Alrighty, so let's get into the energies that we have presently for our pile 1 people. Okay, so let's see. Pile 1, what do you need to hear right now? What do you need to hear right now? What do you need to hear right now? Oops. All right, so we got some. Okay, cool. Woo! All right. We're going to go ahead and take these and see what we got. Alrighty, pile 1. So it looks like we have Gemini, Cancer, Libra, Taurus, Sagittarius, and Aquarius energy. Again, everybody has these energies, access to energies in these charts. Oops, excuse me. She's shaking the table. Everybody has access to energies in these charts. So this is just where we're starting. But it looks like there's a very big focus on love. But also at the same time, there's a focus on independence. So I'm curious to see what ends up coming out in the actual cards. But I am being called to spirit. It's just like, I feel like you've had, with the South Node's life's debts here, I feel like you've had, and this is also known as K2 in Vedic astrology, and this is like what your life's debts, like what you've learned, what you've accomplished in past lifetimes, and so what you're not necessarily focused on, but also the karma that you've collected. So it seems as if you have had quite ups and downs with love. I feel like pile 1, you're a very independent person, and you're needing to keep the faith with finding somebody who's able to ground you. I feel like you've been more emotional than you have been. There's been a conflict between your head and your heart with this Cancer. I feel Gemini energy. So you feel one way, you feel emotionally vulnerable one way, but you're still trying to think logically how something is going to work out. So I would say that this is probably like a love pile. So if you're not interested in love, then I would click it to another thing if you're not trying to hear that. Yeah, so I just feel like, yeah, with these Venus cards, you either have Venus in Cancer or Venus in Gemini. And so I just feel like you're feeling a lot, or you're in the process of making a decision as to if you want to feel at all, because you really don't want to impede on what you feel as your freedoms. And so let's get into your cards, but I really feel like it's going to be a message of keeping the faith and seeing where you start. All right, so let's get into it. All righty. I should probably, we'll go for it. We'll go for it. All right, so let's see. What do we have? Of course. And without fail, we have the 9 of Pentacles. That's why I was like, there's something very strong here about your independence, but yet you're wanting some sort of emotional fulfillment. And I'm literally hearing spirit be like, you can't have both. You cannot have both. You have to learn how to be vulnerable. Cancer energy. You have to learn how to open up. I feel like with the 9 of Pentacles here, pile 1, you've been able to kind of build a cage around yourself. And so you've been pretty content in your own isolated bubble. And this could be because of quarantine. This is a quarantine queen, you know, the 9 of Pentacles. So it could just be like you've been isolated. And I feel like there's a desire to link and get to know new people. And even if it's not a romantic, so let me tweak a little bit. Even if it's not romantic, I feel like there's a want here to meet other people, friends, networking, associate. You just do not want to be on the couch anymore, but yet you've gotten comfortable with yourself, right? The Knight of Pentacles to the Justice card. So slowly but surely, things are going to be reaching balance. For others of you, if you've been waiting, if you've been fighting a court case or fighting some sort of somebody that you know has been fighting a court case, I am hearing to remain positive about that. The 6 of Swords, it is going to be time to move on. All right, just seeing. feel like there's a few more cards that want to come out. So let me see. Oops. And then they go. And they hit the floor. Alrighty. This is a really funny energy, pile one. So we're going to tune into it. I know I feel like I've kind of been all over the place, but we're going to get into this bag. Yeah, there's just been so much, pile one, there's just been so much dissatisfaction when it comes to love life. But I feel with that life's depth, with that K2 card here, this has all been about mastering your journey and you had to learn really how to be this independent person, because you got shit on so much, for lack of a better word. You got shit on so bad, so much, so many times, that you really had to learn how to build your own stability. But at this point in time, it's like, you're like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to find another person. I don't even know if I'm willing to open myself up, excuse me, in a intimate way, because I've been so used to kind of in and out, flighty energy. People have been just kind of doing their own thing, and I feel like I've been caught up in the mix. I haven't really been able to I haven't really found a partner, somebody who's able to support me while learning myself. And I feel like this could be one of those energies here where when you were younger, you really were like the type to kind of fall in love pretty quickly, or fall in love pretty easily. And like, it just was disappointment, 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 disappointment. And it took all this time for you to understand how to stand on your own two feet. And now you're so comfortable in standing on your own 2 feet, but you desire intimacy in that way. And you're like, am I reverting back into old patterns, or is it time for me to, like, did I learn those lessons and master it? But the cool thing is, I really feel like there is going to be some sort of love offer here, some sort of offer of stability with the King of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Please keep in mind, it could be a different placement, but you could be dealing with a King of Pentacles type energy, somebody who's very solid. I'm also getting a lot of Aquarian energy too. So this person, yeah, this is so funny. So either you have Taurus, Aquarius, that is a very specific max that came out both. So Taurus, Aquarius mix, specifically. But I feel like you've been working so hard on your own stability, and it's good, but it's time for you to have fun. I'm hearing specifically, it's time for you to have fun again. It's time for you to get out. It's time for you to socialize. It's time for you to meet other people. So if you've been kind of, and again, you know your health, if you don't feel the need to risk your health, if you're really scared about COVID, then do not listen to me. But I feel like if you've been having that itch about, like, I really want to get back into the swing of things, I really want to get to meet people, I really want to get outside of my shell, get outside of my bubble, then it is time to do that. You are getting the thumbs up from Spirit with the Six of Swords here to kind of move out of this period of dissatisfaction, because I just hear boring, like you've been so bored, pile number one, about the circumstances and how things have kind of shaped out. So you're ready to get back into the swing of things. I feel like the universe is ready for you to get back into the swing of things, and so you're getting that mix. But again, it can be in contradiction into your emotions right now. So let's get some more cards. So we got the Nine of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Sun card, and the Death card. Okay. Really interesting energies that are presenting themselves, pile one. I do feel like there's a secret hope, or there's a secret desire to want a change, to run a transformation. But I'm being, again, pulled back to the Hierophant. So I feel like you've kind of you've kind of based your identity off of your independence and how strong you are and like how independent you are, but you secretly desire, you're desiring something else. You're desiring something different. And the only thing that would be truly different for you at this point is really engaging and being vulnerable into another type relationship. So you have Leo, Scorpio here too, but there is a wish fulfillment, but it's a secret wish. It's like one where it's just like, it's really, really, really deep down. People will probably be surprised to hear that, the people might even be surprised to hear that you found that you're in this reading, that you're like learning more spirituality, because you genuinely like, I just need to hear something right now. I'm so dissatisfied with my current situation. Not that I'm unhappy, I'm just bored, and I'm wondering, how can I spice that up? And I feel like if you've paid off your karmic debts when it comes to your love life, when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to things that make you happy, again, Venus, Taurus energy, then it's time for you to kind of engage and really put into practice what you've learned over the past time. Yeah, the Knight of Cups. It's just time for you to get back into the dating scene. I feel like some of you guys haven't, there's a lot of energy, so take what resonates. I feel like a lot of you guys have just taken a long hiatus from dating, because I feel like you had a very specific relationship that was very draining. It was very much a lesson for you guys, and now you're like ready to get back into the swing of things. the Knight of Cups to the Empress. Like, exactly. Like, and it does not matter male, female, or anywhere in between. Listen, you're ready to step back into that. I feel like there's a strong desire for sexual energy, the Wheel of Fortune. This is really has to deal with a lot of passion, which I completely understand, guys. It's just been, and I feel like that's where the conflict is coming from, because you're just like, do I open up in an intimate way, or am I just, you know, too hot right now? Like, am I just hot-blooded right now, or am I genuinely craving some real intimacy? But I would venture and say that I feel like you are craving some real intimacy, and with the Knight of Cups to the Empress, it's just like you deserve to be treated like the queen that you are, like the king that you are. You deserve to be pampered. You've learned those lessons. You paid off those debts. So it's time for you to re-enter into that dating scene, into that world. The Queen of Wands, period. That's what I'm saying. It's time for you to get back on that horse. There's just so much sexual passion here, guys. And like, you just want attention. Like, you want people to notice you. You want to step outside of your comfort zone. You're tired of being behind these shadows. And it could be, again, you could be somebody like, this is a totally different vibe from you from when you were at the beginning of quarantine. You either were like an extrovert maybe, and like you've just taken a break and now you're really ready to get back into the swing of things. But for a lot of you, I feel like you were very introverted. I feel like you didn't see yourself as the Queen of Wands, as the Empress at the top of this, but now you're just so sick of being in your own energy. You're like, I want to do something fun. I want to get out. I want to open myself up. I really want to take life by its horns and see what it has to offer me, which I completely understand, guys. So really beautiful energies, but I really just see you moving out of this state of staleness. I feel like it's just like stale. Like, you're like, where I am right now is super stale, and I'm ready to kind of get back into the swing of things. I keep saying that, so the swing of things. So maybe that means something for somebody, because I don't use that term all the time, but like, it keeps coming out. It keeps coming out. All right. So, okay. So we got the Emperor, the Four of Wands, the Moon card. That's what I'm saying. And then, okay, so we dig deeper, and if you're new to the channel, then I need you to know something. Spirit knows all. You will not hide anything from these cards, but I feel like there is a very secret desire to be with somebody who's probably specific, but because, again, you base your identity off of your independence and who you are, Sagittarius energy, Aquarian energy, you do not want to admit that you have feelings for this person, but I feel like you're going to get some sort of communication from your Emperor that you've been thinking about, and you may be defensive against it. You may be defensive against it, but there is somebody who you've been manifesting or thinking about in a romantic sense, or again, if this isn't romantic, I really feel like it is, guys, but if it isn't, then this could be a boss or somebody that you've been working with. I just feel like there's an energy here of a defensiveness, and you don't necessarily know why, but I challenge you that if you're in the midst of trying to date and you have somebody who's talking to you now, or there's somebody who's going to be approaching you pretty soon, your defensive energy is actually just really a defense mechanism, because again, you don't want to be hurt because of all of the past lessons that you've had. But I challenge you to accept that you've learned those lessons. I challenge you to accept that you've learned everything that you needed to do in order to be successful and prosperous, and you can see red flags. Again, all right, we're being pulled to the Strength card. I feel like there's a fear of like, you're like, I don't want to fall back into an old pattern. I don't want to fall back into an old habit. It's easier for me to be independent. And you're right, it is easier, but it's uncomfortable, because I do see a deep desire for intimacy and a deep desire for passion and just feelings, and somebody being able to understand you and comfort you and nurturing. You have all of those things that are swimming within you, but because you don't want to let that out, you carry this really strong exterior front, and so I really imagine that there probably is going to be some healing work that has to deal with the divine masculine in general, just because you've been so let down. I don't feel like this is I don't feel like you're doing it on purpose. I just feel like because of the way life has treated you, you come to certain conclusions, and now Spirit is going to be challenging you with bringing in a lot of passion, and somebody who I feel like is worthy of your time, but you have to be open to receiving that. And there's some really deep underlying insecurities that are happening here that it's really time for you to meditate and contemplate. So that's really what you need to hear right now. Is just like, it's time for you to really look at those defense mechanisms that you have aligned with, and just kind of like why you block out so much energy, and why you crave your freedom, and why you do everything in your power to remain free when you really are desiring some really deep connections. And what does that work look like on your end? The Death card, I'm being pulled to the Death card again. What does that look like for you? What work do you have to do? And I feel like, again, a lot of it is going to be tied to an emperor, so probably father, a masculine, past relationship, past very significant relationship, or just a series of bad relationships. You know, I can speak for myself. It's like I have one very specific long-term relationship, but that into addition of all these little short spurts of relationships that I had really jumbled me. But I, again, have that Venus K2 conjunction. So I understand that. Trust me, I understand that. And so it is like this very bizarre energy where things just do not go right, where people just come into your life and then disappear, or, you know, you get a really strong connection with somebody. It feels like you've known each other forever. You're convinced that this is your soulmate, and then again, you never hear from them, or, you know, something ends up happening and they end up going off to jail, or like they end up getting really sick or getting back with the ex. Like nothing ever comes together. And so again, it just built up this not resentment, that's probably not the right word, but it's built up this energy of, well, there's no point of even getting started if it's just going to fail. But the problem is it's like, you know, you want it, you know, you want to be cuddled, you know that you desire that intimacy thing, and you were probably really, really a hopeless romantic when you were younger. But yeah, the wheel is changing. I feel like you've learned those lessons, so it's time for you to let go of some of that past energy and some of that past resentment that you've been keeping to yourself, and heal it and do that healing work about this in and out energy. But I do feel like I am being called to say, so after all that, I also am being called to say there is a serious relationship that is on the horizon for you. But in the meantime, Spirit is really suggesting for you to have fun and kind of adapt the Knight of Wands. Not everything has to be like this soul-wrenching, soul gut, we are united and this is my twin flame and we are just going to be together forever. Not everything has to be that intense, particularly when you are rebuilding yourself back up. The Eight of Pentacles, when you're building yourself back up, it is okay for you to have fun. It's okay for you to take a break. And, you know, there's something to be said, not necessarily that I'm talking all about like just if you see them, have sex with them. That's not what I'm saying. But if you do find somebody who, you know, you're sexually attracted to, you guys are compatible, you have great conversations, they're doing well, they got some money, you know, they can take you out to dinner. There's nothing wrong with going to dinner. And then there's nothing wrong with going to the apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to be punished. And I feel like you honestly deserve that type of sexual energy and attention. Just with this Venus here, it's just time for you to open yourself back up. And open up, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I got for you, Power One. I am going to pull some more oracles, so do not just pass off. Yeah, I just want to clean up my space a little bit before I get these next cards. But yeah, and take it. So move at your own pace. Move at your own pace with the Knight of Pentacles here, because there are going to be a lot of options for you that are going to come about. I'm sorry. I'm looking at these cards and I'm like, wait. Yeah, there are going to be a lot of options that come towards you. And in those options, there is going to be a divine counterpart. Like, you are going to meet a soulmate, but you have to go out first. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to put yourself out there first. They're not going to come to your doorstep. I feel like Spirit is really telling you to, again, go out and see the world and kind of get out of your stop trying to put logic with your emotions. Like, you're just a little lonely. You just want to hang out with somebody. You just want to see somebody. Okay, so I'm going to pull from the Angels Answers, and special thank you to Sydney for these cards. I so appreciate them. And yeah, so let's see if there's any more guidance, or if you have like a specific, of course, already we got helpful people. So that's why I'm like, it's time for you to surround yourself with people, surround yourself with friends, get back out there. You might meet somebody through your friendships, or you might be reintroduced to somebody. Some of you guys, I feel like there's somebody who you've really been thinking about and really been going back and forth with, but again, have had this really defensive energy and closed off energy towards. I feel like the universe is going to put you guys in the same situation, particularly if you hang out and you run in the same crew or you have mutual friends. Please be prepared to see that person. But yeah, this is a time for you to surround yourself with people who are helpful and who build you up, and people that you can build up and people that you can learn from. So that's a beautiful energy. And then we got remain positive and not the right time. So I feel like with these two cards that came out, it's just that, like, maybe you saw this reading, you're like, I'm going to be my soulmate tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. It's time for you to have fun. I don't know if your soulmate is truly ready, particularly when you have that Venus K2 conjunction. That means that you have past karmic debts. You came into the world kind of brokenhearted, right? So you know that there was somebody out there for you, and that's why you expect this super intense relationship every time you meet it. And you've encountered I don't want to say reincarnations, but you've encountered iterations of your soulmate, and that's why it hurts so much when they disappear, because you've met them in like fragments, if that makes sense. But I don't feel like they're ready. I don't feel like they're done doing their K2 work. I don't feel like they've settled their life debts. And that's why Spirit is telling you right now, what you need to hear is, it's not the right time for you to fall in madly, deeply in love with this person. They are coming. They are here. They are in existence. I can promise you that there is somebody that you are tied to. But right now it's time for you to remain positive, but it's not the right time for that intensity of a relationship. It really is time for you to adapt that Knight of Wands energy and just get back out there, hang out with people, hang out with friends, meet people, network, talk to people. Sagittarius, travel, get out, get out, get out. It's just what I keep hearing. It's time for you to get out. It's time for you to have fun. It's time for you to embrace yourself. It's not the right time for this super intense connection that you're seeking, but trust me, it exists. Trust me, you have it. If you have that Venus K2 conjunction, then you do have that soulmate, that soul gut wrenching relationship. And even if you don't, and you pick this pile, then you have that effect. You definitely have some aspects and all that other stuff. So don't worry about it if you're like, oh man. So yeah, Spirit is just saying, don't worry. Now is not the right time, but I feel like it's because your partner isn't ready. And some of you guys already know who this partner is with the Emperor. Some of you already know who it is deep down. You don't want to admit it. But for others of you, if somebody doesn't ring a bell automatically, and I'm not talking about, what do I say? Because I watch pick a card readings too. So like I know as a consumer, like that's annoying to hear. But like if you pick this reading and you had somebody in mind and that person is just taking their sweet time and it's very frustrating, that's probably your person. But you can't wait for them because you have other stuff to do. It's time for you to get back out into the world. If you haven't met that person, but you deep down secretly desire it, and you put on this front that you don't need no man and you don't need no woman and you're perfectly fine by yourself, between me and you, that person is going to appear. So just take it as it resonates. I am getting both energies, but you'll know. But you have to admit to yourself which one of those people you are. Am I right? Am I right? Okay. So yeah. Ooh! Of course, and this is why I love my animal cards. So we're leaving you with Peacock Vibrancy. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life, and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. And what do peacocks do? They show off. They show out. Okay, so get out there, pile number ones. This is for you. This is your spirit animal. You know, screenshot this if you want to keep it. And yeah, so thank you so much for tuning back in. Again, please, if you would like a more specific reading, check out the description box below. Follow me on Instagram. I will be doing Instagram more. I say that all the time, but I promise you I will. I just have not been very stable in my life. But I am going to get there. Me and Spirit, we're working on it, okay? So peace and love. Until next time, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much. All right? And we are going to be moving on. Alrighty, so this is if you picked pile number 2, the Hermetic Tarot. Thank you so much for tuning back in, guys, to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. If you're old, welcome. If you're new, we're so happy to have you here as we grow and expand. Guys, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, please check out that description box below. And yeah, let's get into it. I always have to say, please keep in mind that I do subscribe to Vedic Astrology, which does move sign placements about 26 degrees back. So if I'm close, but I'm not there, then that might be the reason why. But I am going to start off with an astrology deck just to see the most present energies that we have. And if it doesn't resonate, then this may not be your pile. All right. So let's hop straight into it and see what we got going. And this is just, what do you need to hear right now? So this is what our pile 2 needs to hear right now. Spirit, what do they need to hear right now? And one more shuffle like this. Yeah, I'm being a lot of Sagittarius energy, which is blessings. So blessings, abundance. You know, when you think Sagittarius, you think guru, you think Zeus, right? So big lightning bolt energy. Excuse me. What energies do we have present for pile number 2? For what they need to hear right now. Third house messages. Okay. And let's see one more. I said one more, and I'm like, I want some more. All right. Okay, so this is definitely heavy Gemini energy, guys. And again, if you are, you could be you would be, if you're not a Gemini, then you'll be a Cancer. So you might be a Cancer in Western, Gemini in Vedic, or have a Gemini moon somewhere. Oh, wow, I said that and there's the Gemini card. So we're looking at this. So there's something here. There's something huge here about communicating and really stepping into your power. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oops. I am like literally I'm all over the place. So I am sorry. Like I am just knocking every freaking thing and I do not know why. Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do something different because I really keep bumping the table. Yeah, okay, so here we go. This is definitely my mercurial group. So there's a lot of headiness. So this is something that like there's something that you want to do, there's something that you desire, but you keep going back over it and over it and over it in your mind. You have not been able to make a decision in moving forward. You feel like you have a lot of options. For a lot of you guys, this is my creative group. We have the 5th house, Leo. So double Leo energy, Leo Gemini energy is really what I'm getting. So you definitely want to show off. You definitely want to be in the spotlight. You definitely want to be known for something. And I feel like a lot of you could deal with healing arts, but you're really looking at your friendships, your connections to get you to where you want to go, but you have to use what you got. The thing is, because you're so multi-talented and because you can do so many things, you're not necessarily sure on where to start. But I do want to say that your art or whatever you do is certainly heals people. So if there's something that you're doing that could directly influence, help heal another person with this Chiron here, then I feel like that would be a good thing for you to do. For a lot of you guys, you're just writers, Mercury, Gemini, 3rd house, Mercury retrograde, reinvention. So there's a lot here about communicating. There's something about sharing your platform, opening up, and really stepping again into the spotlight. It's time for you to get out of your mind and step into the sunshine, you know, and yeah, really shine. I feel like some of you guys with this Leo energy to this 11th house, I really feel like you might be a standout amongst your friends, and maybe that's the reason why you keep going backwards, because I feel like if you truly step into your power and what you're going to do, maybe you're nervous about losing friends or losing some certain connections, but I just feel like your mind is completely in rotation about something that you want to do that has some sort of creativity to it and some sort of healing. So that could really be music, art. I mean, that could be anything, guys. It really could be anything. You'll know what I'm talking about. But it is something that is, I would say, pretty atypical and something different from what your friends do. Like, I feel like you have a very strong pull in your friend group. You have a very strong influence over your networking and who you meet. You do have a standout personality, but you've never committed to anything in particular. And because of that, now you feel like, man, is something wrong? Is something off? But I really feel like it's just because too much Gemini, which is mutable energy all over the place, not enough Leo, which is a fixed energy. So you're trying to figure out where do you shine the brightest, and Spirit is saying definitely in creative arts and in healing arts. I just heard massage therapy for some of you guys. But yeah, and I'm also hearing too, guys, do not be afraid of if what you want to do is unconventional. You know, if you're consistent in spreading your word, air sign, and communicating, if you're consistent in spreading your word, then people have no choice but to follow, but you have to be consistent, you know? So it's one of those things where it's like, you can't wait. There's not going to be an audience there if you haven't garnered an audience yet. You will get the audience, but you have to earn the audience. You know, you have to earn your keep. You have to earn your stay. So this is something to be very, very aware of as you're going through and kind of recalculating, reiterating what it is that you want to do. And again, I just feel like K2, because this popped up in our pile 1 too. So I feel like K2, the planet of life's depth, it's the darkest side of the moon. It's the bottom of the dragon. And so this is about past life incarnations and kind of like the karma that you've earned through past experiences, not in this life, but in your lifetimes. So I feel like you've really had to learn how to, there was something that you are very, very good and talented at, but for whatever reason, reason life would not let you do it just yet, because you had to appreciate it, because it comes so easily to you. So there's been a lot of obstacles. That does not mean those obstacles were not no's. They were just times for you to continue to perfect your craft and not take it for granted. So again, and this could deal with writing too. So you could be a poet, you could be a speaker. There's just something here about it. It could even be motivational speaking, where you use your words to heal. That's what I'm saying. A lot of you guys could be singers. A lot of you guys really could be musicians in some way. But I feel like you've learned those lessons. So now it's time for you to, and again, this was the similar to pile one, different reason, but it's time for you to really let go of those past experiences of what you would consider failure, readdress them, look at them as opportunities of growth, and where you took that lesson and you transformed it into something else. And it's time for you to let that go, release it, and understand that that was just a part of the journey. God gives you things, and like everything worth having is worth fighting for. It's worth working towards. So had it come as naturally as you would have hoped, had you just woken up and become Beyonce, then you probably wouldn't appreciate being Beyonce. Beyonce practices about 16 hours a day. There's hard work that goes into it. So this is the hard work that Spirit has done from you, from your past lives and your past karmas. So that is kind of where we're starting here. But it's time for, I'm really sensing that it's time for you to get out of here and start showing your will, shining, and being who exactly you want to be. All right. So we're starting with those energies, guys. So pretty big energies. And we're going to get into your deck. All right. So let's see what we got for our pile number 2, people. Ooh, okay. Of course, it went all the way to the other side. So give me a second. And we're back. Ha! For Leo. So there's definitely some Gemini Leo energy here, guys. Or you could have a placement in the 5th house, or you could have a placement in the 3rd house. So there's definitely really strong energy here, and this is all about, again, taming that beast, stepping into yourself. And again, the flaming sword, I'm really picturing, it's like you have something to say, and it's time for you to say it. You have something to share. Leo is a very dramatic, over the top, creative energy. It's arguably one of the most creative signs that we have, which is weird to think. It's probably weird to think, because you would think Pisces or some of the water signs, but just as far as like the drama, darling, that's definitely Leo, the lion, the mane. Like every time a Leo shows up, it's here. And in Vedic astrology, speaking of which, who is a Leo now? Beyonce. So it's like roundabout. So, and she is the queen. She is Queen Bee. You're right. So you see how Vedic kind of can make a little bit more sense in that way. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, Beyonce is definitely the definition of a Leo. So I'm imagining if that's something that you're inspired by, then it's definitely time for you to step into that energy, that boss, that Queen Bee energy, and get into it. Okay. And I don't care if you're male, female, or somewhere in between. Okay. We're just in this. We're in this. Okay. Yeah, I just got super excited. I feel like I got excited with you. I feel like you were like, oh, I don't know. You clicked on this video. You're like, I don't know. I don't know if what I want to hear is actually what I want to hear. But it really is time for you to do your thing and perform. Dance. For some of you guys, it's dance. Ace of Wands. There's just a lot of passion here. The star. Who am I talking to? Who is in pile number 2? Please drop your information. Please do, because the Ace of Wands to the star card, you really are meant to shine, pile number 2. So it's really interesting that you've been so mind heavy, but I do understand that. The universe to the Empress. So this is worldwide. Who? Hello. All I say is book a personal reading with me. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget your girl. Don't forget your girl. So all I have to say is pile number 2. This is a really big energy. You have a high calling on you. I don't know why you have been sleeping on yourself. I don't know why you haven't been sharing. I guess that's what you need to hear, is like, what you're probably one of the most, I was just like, amongst your friends, and that's the thing too, pile 2, you are comparing yourself to people, and I'm not sure why you're comparing yourself to people that you don't need to be comparing yourself to. You're your own thing, your own aesthetic. You don't have to lunge into somebody else's box of what that is. I mean, we have Empress in the Strength card. You are very fierce, okay, fierce energy to be reckoned with. So, and you have such a high calling on your name. And if you want world recognition, if you want that type of fame, or just to be known for what it is that you do, and it doesn't have to be world recognition, it could just be in your specific field, then my gosh, is it written all over these cards? Like, it's it's in your card, sweetie. It really, really is. So it's really up to you to kind of step and embark on that energy. Six of Cups. So, and the Six of Cups here is the transformation, the Scorpio energy, Sun and Scorpio too. So, this is like a transformation of ego. So I feel like you're definitely stepping into a different part of your charts. For some of you guys, you could easily be hitting 32, or you could be in that 30 range where, you know, you spent your 20s just kind of trying to figure out in the Gemini energy of what you were going to doing. And I feel like now a lot of you are evolving into this Leo energy. So that could easily be it. The Nine of Wands. Right. But I'm also feeling here, the second thing is just like, yeah, there's been a lot of, yeah, okay. All right, so we got through the fun stuff, and now we are getting to the kind of grit of why you've been kind of slow on the take up, the Death card. And I totally understand it. For some of you guys, this has to deal with a maternal energy where I feel like in childhood you had to be very guarded. It could be because of the it could just sorry. Yeah, I feel like sorry. Just got a little deeper than I was expecting, and then we got the moon. You know, good news. This isn't bad. This is just dealing with probably not probably, but definitely childhood traumas. It could deal from the Emperor. It could come from, excuse me, it could be from the masculine, it could be from the feminine. For a lot of you guys, I feel like this is from the feminine. I feel like you might have been abandoned or left, or just your mother, or that feminine energy, that nurturing energy was not as active as other people's were. And so it was one of those things where like you took it personally. I mean, what else can you do as a kid? That's all you know. But I am hearing that spirit, like either way, this person, they could have passed on, they could have just been elsewhere, but they kept an eye on you. They've been keeping up with you. They want to know exactly what you're doing, but they're very secretive and it's very behind ground. So it's one of those things where, interestingly enough, I feel like there was somebody very specific that you wanted attention from. Could be a mother, could be a father, or just in childhood you wanted specific attention and you didn't get it from that person, or at least that's how you perceived it. You perceived that you did not get the type of attention that you so desperately needed for the people that you needed it from. And so that's kind of given you like this false sense of that nobody's paying attention to you, that nobody understands you, that no one sees you. But that's false, because I feel like even here, the Queen of Cups to the Princess of Swords, a person definitely kept an eye on you. So if this person passed, then they're like definitely one of your angels, definitely have kept a strong eye on you. And if they have not passed and they were still in the 3D and they were just gone, they thought about you all the time. They just were in a position to where they couldn't give to you in that way. And so it's really created kind of this false sense of not being noticed. But the thing is, you're noticeable. You're extremely noticeable. I just feel like you got disappointment from somebody that you felt was supposed to notice you. Okay, so you have to let me know how that resonates. Yeah, the Five of Wands. I just feel like there was so much conflict, and there could have been so much conflict in the household, just where you had to protect yourself. It could have been where you just grew up in a very combative household where there was just constant arguments, where it was just not a safe space. You didn't feel very safe, and so you had to guard yourself. You had to guard your innocence. But that's probably where the healing comes from, and that's probably why you need a platform and why you're going to shine, because there's so many people out there who have had this experience and they're looking for somebody to champion for them. They're looking for somebody to be like, hey, you know, yes, I was grown up in some really extreme circumstances where I did not feel heard, but look at what I'm doing. Look at what I've been able to transform my life into with, I think, with the Queen of Cups here, with spirituality, with my intuitive gifts, with psychic abilities. It could be starting a YouTube channel. It could be guiding, but I feel like some of you guys are just meant to guide other people. But because you're focused on the past, and not that I'm saying that like, oh, get over it, because I feel like this is work, you know what I'm saying? But there's a healing energy. There's a healing quality about what you're doing. And now I'm seeing more of the conflict as to why you've been so kind of guarded into what you've been doing, but it really has been, everything is about perception. You know, we only have these two eyes. I always say that we only have these two eyes in this one brain. So, and especially when you're dealing with childhood issues, it's just like we take all of these experiences and then we start to make that our story. We start to make the most devastating things that happen to us the most interesting things about ourselves. And that is unfair to ourselves, because everybody gets blessed and cursed with these trials and tribulations to overcome. And it comes from that choice. And I feel like the fact that you're even here, the fact that you're interested in what spirit has to say, the fact that you are trying to better yourself and you want to communicate and you want to heal and you want to share your experiences demonstrates that you have been doing the work in order to get that recognition. And you don't want your trauma to be the most interesting part of yourself. You want who you become to be the most interesting part of yourself. You want to adapt and kind of take everything that you've learned from life and make different choices than those who have before you. And I feel like it's been a very slow journey to come from behind your shell, just because you've been taught or you've been told or you felt like as a defense mechanism, it's better to keep your mouth shut. It's better to keep things to yourself. It's not good to share because you haven't been welcomed with the type of feelings that you need or people who are able to support you emotionally. But here's the thing. I really feel like with the 11th house networking that came out earlier, it's all about friends, but also just like the community, humanitarian, the human race as a whole is going to be able to comfort you and kind of bring in some of the piece that you were missing, so to speak. But it really is time for you to shine. The 5 of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles. I feel like you've been kind of toying with the idea of like, hey, is it time for me to, either consciously or subconsciously, you've been like, is it time for me to move on? Is it time for me to move forward? Is it time for me to think of myself in a different light? And I feel like a lot of you are choosing with the 8 of Wands here to take those experiences that you've had of loss and regret and grief and move forward. Yeah, with the Justice card here at the bottom. So there could be some Libra energy in your chart. Doesn't have to be, but I feel like it's bringing balance. Oh, there definitely is Libra in your chart. I'll say that. There's definitely Libra in your chart. Now, whether that's a main focus or not, that's a different conversation for a different day. Because everybody has 12 houses. Everybody has 12 houses. But there's been a focus to bringing balance. And I just feel like, again, I'm hearing specifically, it's just like you felt like you've been so far deep into the shadows that you never had your time to shine. But now is the time to shine, my friend. The Knight of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles. You put in the work. I feel like you've waited. I feel like I'm hearing you've waited long enough. You've waited long enough. Okay, so we have got 2 sevens. Sorry, I'm pulling some more cards. The 3 of Cups and the 4 of Swords. So it seems like as if you've waited long enough, for sure. So we have a little bit of different news. All right. So taking that, moving into Spirit wants you to hear something else, specifically about a romantic interest or something that was stable. I feel like there might be a choice of lovers here. Probably when you step out into the spotlight, obviously you're going to attract new energies. Like that's just how it works. Once you're Beyonce, then of course you're going to have admirers and followers. Okay, so it does seem like this is an energy where there has been somebody that you've been dealing with before. There's 2 energies here. There's 2 very specific energies here. One of them might be younger and the other might be older, or one of them could be super, super mature and the other one is super duper immature. But I have a feeling that the immature one is a lot more fun than the mature one, and that is a problem. But the immature one has been in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. I'm specifically hearing that it's time for you to buckle down on your own. And it could be time to make that choice. Let me see if there's any more info here about who it is, but I just feel like there's a secret desire or passion over somebody else. You know, it definitely is a third. I'm picking up heavily on a third party situation. But again, with the cards that you got at the beginning, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. You're like, I got a mistress and a girlfriend. Like, I'm really not surprised. The 6 of Pentacles. So there's something here about some equal give and take. Hold on, Spirit. Let's get into this. What's the advice here? What is the advice? Yeah, the foolish man. There's no ring on your finger. That's really what I'm getting. There's no ring on your finger. You have the freedom to do who I feel like the people that you're dealing with offer such different experiences. So it's very hard to pick right now. And until somebody decides to make that full commitment and take that leap of faith, then you know, all I can say is like, don't get pregnant, because you might not want to be with Murray. But that is a platform for you to, you know, promote yourself. So I'm just kidding, guys. But on the real note, I really feel like there's something here about equal give and take. I feel like you like these people equally for different reasons. They offer different experiences. And it's time for you to focus on yourself. Nine of Pentacles to the Two of Cups. The person who is for you is going to reveal themselves to you. And I feel like you can say that to them. I feel like you can be like, hey, look, there's no ring on my finger. I'm not committed to anyone right now. I'm committed to myself. I'm committed to this bag. I'm committed to this money. Okay, that's really what I'm getting here. But I do feel like there is a warning, not necessarily a warning here, but there is like a lot of temptation with the Nine of Cups to the Devil here. So just be aware of why you're doing the things that you're doing, which is a very thin line, you know, particularly when it comes to the feminine. It's just like, you know, everybody has the right to be like, boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. You know, everybody has the right to have fun. But you want to make sure that you're doing it not out of a place of lack, but just out of a place of like, hey, you know, you're grown, I'm grown, you're mature, I'm mature. Let's have a very mature, consensual, casual relationship. But both of you are on the same page. Don't try to use a casual relationship to catch somebody and get them into a serious one. It don't work like that. And you also want to be careful about who you're sharing your body with. Okay? You don't know. These people come with all kinds of craziness. You know, energy is energy. And when you're receiving energy, specifically as a female, you got to be very careful about whose energy you are receiving. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily getting that in like a negative way. I'm not saying like, oh, you know, sage your for JJ. I'm not necessarily getting that, but I am just saying be aware of who you're inviting into your space. I do feel like there's two people in particular who like you do have the ultimate feelings for. They have feelings for you, but it's just not, they're not giving what needs to be gave right now. And so you're just kind of like, you're just kind of going back and forth, which is fine. But yeah, just be aware of not to overindulge and not to let it distract. That's really what I'm hearing too. Do not let it distract from you. If it becomes a relationship because if this becomes a detriment to like the empire that you're currently building because you're too busy on your phone trying to reply back to these ding dogs, then you need to cut it off and keep it moving if you can't handle it. Because there is something that you're supposed to be doing, and I promise you it's more than, you know what I'm saying? So and that's no shade, no tea. That's just the truth. But I am getting that you're definitely into a crossroad, the blasted tower. So there is going to be some unexpected shift, some unexpected change. Yeah, Spirit is telling me to pull some more cards for you. Yeah, there's just going to be an unexpected opportunity that comes for you. That's really going to help you shine. The Ace of Cups. This is so funny. I don't know. I'm getting that this isn't even newer energy. This is so funny. This is a reading for you, okay? All right, one last card. Yeah, we've touched on quite a bit, pile 2. Pile 1 was definitely, more straightforward and to the point, but there's quite a bit of layers here. But of course we end with the Temperance card, so it's all coming into balance, but I do feel like there might be an unexpected love offer and or opportunity for work, for collaboration. So that's why I'm saying, like, if you were like a singer or somebody, or you're trying to start a band per se, right, you end up meeting somebody and making this band, and then y'all end up falling in love. Like, it really is like that. It could fall to that. I feel like your love life, your friendships, what you're doing, your projects, they're all going to be intertwined in some really magnificent way. So just keep your eyes open, but at the same time with the Tower, it's going to come out of nowhere. So it's not anything that you can necessarily prepare for, but it's something that you can be ready for. But you have to do your end of the work and step and share your creative gifts. And if you want to start working on that seriously, whatever that creative thing, that healing thing is that you want to do, it's time for you to take yourself seriously and really focus on doing just that. You can't hide behind yourself anymore. You have to come out of the shadows. Again, yeah, with the Devil card here, it's just time for you to move on. But look, you do have a new opportunity that is coming up. You do have new love that is coming up. You do have new passion that's coming up. But I imagine that you're having a little bit of fun in what you're in right now. So don't fix it if it ain't broke. But if it's not giving you what needs to be gave, then you can cut that right on out. But yeah. And again, just to end with the Queen of Cups, it really is time, if you've had traumatic, I really feel like it's specifically mother issues, and just yeah, I just feel like your mother either was not there or she gave you really kind of distorted views on what femininity is, and so you're kind of negotiating that for yourself. But I promise you, if you allow spirit to enter into that and use your creativity to kind of heal that for yourself, yeah, and I'm being called to the star card, then it will be healing for the world. You're going to step very much into like this leadership role, and be known if that's exactly what you're trying to do. And again, if you don't have big, dreams where you're like, I want to be known across the world, if you're not trying to be Madonna, then you could be a rock star in your own right and in your own field. But for a lot of you with that Leo placement, I really feel like you're a star. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna pull some oracles. Again, shout out to Sydney. Thank you so much for these cards. I so appreciate them. And yeah, we are going to look into that. So this is like if you want to ask a very specific question, like if I didn't answer a question for you, or if you just want something to kind of tee off the reading. So we're just going to see what Spirit has to say. Okay. Ooh. You have a flyer. All right, let me go get it. Okay, so we got compromise and we have the Libra scale. So this is all about balance, and this is all about coming together. And I'm also being called to share Venus a year from now. So that's really interesting. Specific timeline for if some of you guys were thinking, yeah, wait. So like, yeah, I feel like there's work that's going to have to be done. Excuse me, but it's time for you to start working towards that. Golly, all these cards keep hitting the freaking floor. Okay, so you got a yes card. So that's if you were asking something specific. You got yes, take action, there's something better, and helpful people. Like I said, there's something here about people, about collaboration, about stepping into other things. Okay, so with this, there could be a contract involved. For some of you guys. Okay, this is very specific, and this is specifically if you're dealing with the music industry or the like art world where there's some type of contract to be signed right now. I feel like if you've been hesitant or there's been a lot of issues with that specific contract, don't force it, right? There could be something better that comes along. So don't try to force something right now. If something does not feel right in your spirit, in your soul, in your gut, then don't think that spirit is trying to set you up for the whoop whoop. Just go ahead and be patient. Just wait. I feel like within the next year, a year from now, you will have a better understanding and clarity about what it is that you need and what it is that you're looking for. Okay. So that is what I got. I'm going to pull one more animal deck. I keep saying bye like I'm done, but there's more. But this was a really awesome reading, pile number 2. So I really hope that resonated, because really powerful energies. I'm curious to see what it is that you want to do, or what that calling is that you've had, and most importantly, your story and how you come to be. I'm a story person, so I really like people's come ups. Okay, so we got 2. So we got Orca Whale Adventure. Yay, I got this card yesterday for myself, so maybe this is my pile. Okay, it says, dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Shout out to you singers out there, okay? Manifest your travel dreams. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. I mean, isn't that beautiful? I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, right? So definitely traveling, definitely singing, definitely music, definitely creative energy and how you can channel that. And then lastly, we have Loon, intuitive. Listen to the... I didn't even realize this. It says, listen to the song in your soul. So what are we going to do? What are we going to say? All right, listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved, okay? So you're unique and you're loved. You have to recognize that, even when it felt like you didn't, particularly if I'm talking to you with the childhood traumas of not feeling appreciated and accepted by a maternal figure. You are loved. They just were not capable of giving it to you in that way that you felt like you should have had it. But everybody has their journey, and yours is meant to speak about different people. And also that intuition, like if you have an opportunity and it does not feel right, then do not take it. Let the time come. Let the blessings come to you. Really lucky energy, really continuing. Time to have fun. It's time to buckle down. And like, you have like kind of an interesting little thing, pal, too, because it's time for you to have fun and engage, but not let it interfere with the work that needs to be done in order for you to be successful. So that is really what I got for you, pal, too. I really hope that resonated. Again, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out the description box below for information how to book a personal reading with me. If you'd like to, shoot me an email. Okay, your girl is, you know what I'm saying, trying to get booked. So yeah, so please let me know if you are interested in that. And yeah, thank you so much. Peace. And until next time. Alrighty. So last but certainly not least, we have our pile 3 people. And so this is if you picked the Wild Unknown Tarot deck. We are going to get into your reading. So welcome back to the channel. If you're old, welcome. If you're new, we are so happy to have you here as we grow and expand, guys. Again, thank you so much for your patience. If you've been with my channel, because it's been a minute since I posted, but I've been learning so much. So I'm excited to share you what I've learned. All right. Please keep in mind, I always have a rundown. Please keep in mind that I do subscribe to Vedic astrology opposed to Western. So my placements could move you about 26 degrees back. So if I say a sign and it's not your sign, it would help for you to just know your Vedic chart. Just for me. It's a simple Google. But yeah, if it doesn't line up perfectly, then don't take it personally. You see what I'm saying? So let's get into your card. So I'm going to start with the astrology deck. Just to see what energies that we have currently. And again, if they do not resonate, then it might behoove you to pick another pile. So yeah, let's get into it. Pile number 3. Pile number 3. Oh yeah, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, check out the description box. I literally forgot what I was going to say. I was like, follow me on Instagram, but that they don't coincide. But you can follow me on Instagram. That too is in the description box. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what energies we have present for our pile number 3 people. Aquarius. So we have a lot of Aquarian energy here. You could be a Western Pisces. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull some more pretty interesting little cards that we have here. I feel like I've been knocking this so much, so it's a little crooked. So I apologize, but I don't want to mess with it too much and then it'll be a conundrum. So a lot of Saturn energy here. So I imagine in Taurus. So I'm imagining that you guys are really, really hard workers. You've been having a desire to communicate something, to share your ideas or to stand out. But I feel like with this Aquarius energy, you're very revolutionary, very much ahead of your time, possibly misunderstood, definitely misunderstood. But this is cool. So pile number 3, really what I'm seeing is like your hard work is certainly about to pay itself off, which is quite beautiful because I know that you've been working. I can tell by this Saturn return. And 11th house friends, okay? So yeah, so Aquarian energy has been very, very prominent. So I'm curious to see how many people's 11th houses are flared up in some way, shape, or form, or how many Aquarians we have tuned in. And that's been through all these readings. So let me see. You got almost all of these elements. So you have the air, water, fire, air. You don't have earth. So this is not grounded. That's why I was like, I feel like there's something that's very much still in the idea stage. Yeah, and the Neptune and Jupiter return. So give me a second to process these energies. I just feel like there's something that's still very much in the idea stage, or you haven't necessarily been able to put in work. It is time for you to reach out to friends. Oops, sorry. It is time for you to reach out to friends and to other people that you know. I want to pull some. I might just have to go straight into the cards because this is pretty interesting. But there's something that's an idea and it has not been put to work yet. But if you do put it to work, it will work out. So that's probably what you need to hear right now, Pal 3. That it's time to put your mind to work and get practical. Because I just feel like all of it is still up in the air. Nothing is done. Like you haven't thought about anything. That there's some mysteries in communications. All right, I'm just going to go straight for you. I'm going to go straight for the tarot deck. I'm sorry because I'm not confused. Confused is the right word, but I just want to get more into the nitty-gritty because it just seems that like you have an idea, you have something that you're thinking, it's revolutionary, it hasn't been done before and you don't really know how to go about it just yet, but I feel like there's friendships or people who can help kind of bring the stability to your idea and make it more concrete, but you don't necessarily know how to communicate that, or you have difficulty sharing your idea, or you're just a natural secretive person and you don't want to get your idea taken from you or stolen from you, so you're just kind of like, I don't want to do anything, I'd rather just keep it to myself. So let's see. So now we're starting with the tarot deck, so I apologize for that not being there. Yeah, the Two of Swords. So something definitely not moving. There's something that's not being seen. There's a lot of illusion surrounding this and a lot of mystery. Okay, I do feel like whatever work you've been putting in is going to pay off, but there's something here about not being seen or not being in the forefront. Yeah, the Five of Swords. Okay, sorry, Pile 3. We're digging. We are digging today. The other ones were a lot lighter, but I imagine if you took this deck, we're dealing with the darker energies. Okay, some more cards, please. Whew. There's so many secrets, Pile 3. Scorpio, excuse me. Hello. Hello. Okay. Give me a second to sift through these. The Death card, our Scorpio card. Hello, Scorpios, spotted. If you're a Scorpio, you might think that you are you would be a Western Sagittarius. Okay, so if you're like, I'm a Sagittarius, then I'm picking up on you as Scorpio. But regardless, everybody has access to Scorpionic energy at any given time, and I'm just picturing, I'm really picking up on that quite heavily. There's somebody who's very secretive about this. For some of you guys, it could really be a commitment or somebody that you're trying to grow with. This could be a love connection here. But I imagine both of you guys have different styles because we have the Mother of Cups, the Mother of Cups to the Father, to the Father of Wands. So a snake and a bird. No, I'm just, I feel like there's somebody who's a bit more nurturing. I'm also picking up on a lot of Piscean energy. So there's somebody who's like a lot more nurturing, and there's somebody who's a lot more strong-willed, and there is a connection there. But again, it's been put on halt and it's secret. I don't think that it has come out yet. I think that there's a lot of mystery and secret communication about passion. So this seems to be my secret lovers. But here's the thing. I don't know if you're secret lovers because of, for some of you guys, there could be other parties involved. If you don't know about them, then then it's not real. This would be a confirmation, not any new information. But for some of you guys, it's just like nobody has really spoke about the passion that they've shared. Nobody's decided to open up. Nobody wants to be vulnerable. Everybody has just kind of kept this very hidden. That's why I was just like, this energy here is like, there's so much hidden. There's been complete miscommunication about even communicating to begin with. I feel like this is you and this person barely speak, but there's a lot of desire and strength here. Hey, puppy. My doggy just came. But let's get some more insight. So this is definitely It's funny, love has crept up in every pile, so that's pretty interesting. Yeah, oh my god, pile number 3, what is going on? Please let me know in the comment section. Like, there's just a lot of disappointment, but I do see a connection here. This is really interesting. Yeah, the Tower. Okay. All right, so yeah, this is I understand this energy. If you pick pile number 3, I really feel like there's somebody that you genuinely feel super duper connected with. There's a connection that you've held on to, but again, it's an idea. It hasn't made any type of concrete. A lot of it has just been in the 5D is specifically what I heard. There's been a lot of work on in the 5th dimension, but not enough 3D materialization, and so it's caused you to kind of be like, I don't know if this is something to look forward to with the 3 of Wands here. The 3 of Wands is about optimism, but it's literally linked with the 2 least optimistic cards in the deck, arguably. So I do see that there's like a hesitation here to believe in a positive outcome just because of what's been served up lately. Like, it hasn't really led to anything. There hasn't been any type of stability, but I do feel like this connection has been worth working on, and there has been a lot of effort and energy, again, whether in the 5D or in the 3D, to make it work or to make something happen. But with the Tower card here, sorry, I need to pull some more. I feel like there could be, some unexpected communication. If you've been manifesting communication from this person, yeah, Daughter of Wands, Son of Swords, there could be some very unexpected communication that comes in for you from this individual. But I just feel like there's been so much sorrow and so much regret, and this could be having to deal with, if you're dealing with another individual, they themselves could have a lot of sorrow and regret of how they've treated the relationship in the past, and they could be upset about it. For others of you, you just have sorrow and regret because you're like, I put so much energy into this, and I'm like waiting. But there's still a lot of passion, again, there's a lot of passion, a lot of Aries energy too. So it could be very new, and with Aries, it could run like hot cold, and maybe that's where a lot of the disappointment and dissatisfaction is coming in. But I do feel like there's been an element of being left out in the cold, but there's an opportunity here for a new beginning and a transformation with the 2 of Pentacles and this butterfly. So there is an opportunity here for a new beginning. I'm seeing, sorry, my dog. Yeah. Okay. We're getting better. We're getting looser. I feel like you definitely Eight of Wands. I feel like when you clicked on this video, you were hesitant to hear, like, you're like, I don't know what Spirit has to say. And you're like, I don't even know if I want to hear it. But now we're in the groove thing, so it's opening up. Okay, so thank you for letting me into your energy, because I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this reading. I have no idea. You have the 6 of Pentacles, so equal give and take. But I just feel like, yeah, this is a very deep thing. I feel like not even a lot of people, not a lot of your friends know how deep this affects you or how deep it hurts. Just because I feel like you probably, with Scorpionic energy, have been so obsessed or fixated on this, and you think that your friends are tired of hearing it, and you're tired of thinking it. Like, it's just been kind of a headache about how to get this out and how to get it started. But I really feel like there's an opportunity here for a new beginning of equal give and take when it comes to communication and to practicality. I just feel like somebody in this relationship has definitely done a lot of the work, a lot of the healing work, a lot of the 5D work, the spiritual healing and all that other stuff, and had this transformative experience. But now they're kind of waiting for communication to see if it was worth it, if that makes sense, with the 8 of Wands. But I do feel like there is going to be an opportunity to shine on the masculine. And again, you could be male, female, anywhere in between. But yeah, there's something here about building to the masculine. So yeah, the World, the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, you've had to stand, specifically pile number 3, if you are the feminine energy. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a girl, just the feminine energy. You've been very independent in this life with the 9 of Pentacles, to the World card. You've been very independent. You've learned how to stand on your own 2 feet. But at the same time, your independence, the 2 9s, have also been like, you're very protective, and you've built up that kind of like these insecurities because you've had to be so independent. And you're like, well, if I was meant to be a person who was meant to share a relationship or be with somebody, then I would probably be with somebody. So like, now I don't know if that's something that I trust. I've gotten so comfortable in my own energy. So really similar to pile number 1. But with you, different for pile number one, I think is just kind of like you are more, there's somebody, there's certainly somebody that you are thinking of. You definitely know your divine masculine, but there has been so much lack in communication and it hasn't moved forward. And so there's been a lot of disappointment and you've been afraid to be embarrassed to see if, did you put in this energy and you're wrong. But here's the thing, the Empress is never wrong. Those lessons that you learned are all very important. Everything that you've been able to garner and gain about how to communicate in relationships is going to be so valuable in you when that Emperor does finally arrive. I feel like, oh, all these nines, you're so close to closing out this cycle and starting something else. And again, it could be with this person, right? It's been an equal thing with the Fool card. So it could be a new beginning with this specific person, but it is going to start small. It's not ready yet. It really isn't. The Hangman, right? The Hangman. So it's still up in the air. Again, I'm getting a lot of Piscean energy too, guys. And that could probably be why it's been so confusing and why it's so up in the air, because it's just a mess of emotions, uncertainty. Nobody's really speaking. It's a lot of guessing game, but more a lot of intuitiveness. And you're just kind of like, well, I know I'm intuitive, but like, am I dumb? Like, is this dumb for me to kind of wait for this? But I feel like there is a commitment lingering in the distance. Yeah. This person could be, and I think I mentioned this before, that this person could be involved in some other commitment, but that commitment is coming to an end. It is coming to the end, and they do want to move forward and collaborate. This is very specific, guys. So Mother of Swords to the Ten of Swords, I do feel like there could have been some sort of commitment, and a child could have been involved with this other person, but that commitment is coming to an end. I feel like even the feminine in that connection is ready to, not ready to end it, but they've gone cold. The passion from that connection has been literally sucked out of it. This is a time to move forward. Now, the finalization might not be done. Okay, so especially if this person is going through divorce with the Queen of Swords here, that can mention divorce. It's run very stale, but there is a Two of Wands to the, as you can see, this Two of Wands is very direct. Like these are the two things that are pointing towards a very specific direction. It's moving forward to the Three of Pentacles, which is collaboration. And with this mountain here, it really is building like this really firm foundation. So there is a want here to have this firm foundation, guys. But again, it really is taking an idea and making it real, actually making it tangible. Mother of Pentacles here. So you've been very patient. I feel like you've been very soft with this person. As soft as like you can be, as loving as you can be. Perhaps you even have your own children, so maybe your energy has been like split. And if there are no kids involved, if you're just like young and, you know, looking at this, then it could just be the energy of like immaturity with this person. But I just feel like there's something that you've been waiting to hear about. There's some communication that you've been waiting to hear. For some of you guys, it's specifically an apology from the Emperor, and something tangible, something to show that like all of this was worth it. Because I feel like with this Deer energy here, you've been so soft, you've been so patient with the masculine to open up, and you've just been kind of left. But I do see, yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, oof, wow, this reading is really funny, guys, because I was at the beginning of it, I was like, we're gonna have to get into this, but now this is making a lot more sense. Yeah, so yeah, there's been a lot of heartache, a lot of heartbreak. There's been a lot of disappointment. That is very, very clear here. But there's an opportunity here for a new beginning with the Ace of Wands and a lot of passion. So I'd imagine that there's a huge sexual energy to this person. Like you probably dreamed of this person at times, but there's a huge attraction. And regardless of if this person is the one that you end up with, and I know that this makes it confusing, but it's just the truth. When you really do that healing, you're not tied to a specific outcome. If you've done the healing and you're ready to be in a relationship, then you should be ready to be in a relationship with anybody that spirit brings to you. You cannot tie it to a specific body and a specific person. You know, you're really working for the soul. It's a little, you know, who wants to hear that, but it's just the truth. But I feel like spirit is certainly doing its work to get you to where you need to be, and you're being divinely guided. All right, but there is 2 cards of soulmate energy. 4, excuse me. Wow, I didn't even see this. So you got the 4 of Wands, the 6 of Cups, and the 2 of Cups. So this is all soulmate energy, my friend. But the masculine is slow. I'm getting strong Taurus energy, and I'm also getting, again, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So this could be a Scorpio Taurus mix, and that makes that person an eclipse, baby, or have really strong second house and 8th house placements. And if you're wondering what an eclipse baby is, that is a term that me and my sister came up with for people who have their sun and moon opposite. So it's like where your soul's mission and your mind are in complete direct opposite of one another, and you're constantly switching. So I'm talking about Aries, Libra, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, like there's any of those opposites, Virgo, Pisces. All right, you could be dealing with a Virgo, Pisces person, but this is a very much a soulmate, or you guys are opposites. So you could be a Leo and they could be an Aquarius. You could be a Scorpio and they could be a Taurus. However it fits. It does not, you know, it doesn't matter if you pick up the energies. But yeah, there's certainly twin flame energy here, and again, I do not use that loosely. In fact, you are the only people that I have used that term with in these piles, because that's how selective I am with that word. Excuse me, that label, excuse me. But yeah, this is definitely twin flame, and that's probably why it's been so stressful and why it was so difficult to get into these energies here, because it really is quite deep and it really is intense. And there's been a lot of heartbreak, there has, but I do feel like there's going to be an opportunity from healing, because the masculine, I do feel, is like they're going to come forth and communicate with some sort of apology, but it's slow. They're slow. You're going to have to be patient with them still. They're not done, you know what I'm saying? They're not done, but you can take this as far as what you need to hear right now. It's like they are working on it. They are trying to figure out how to become more vulnerable with themselves, and most importantly, they are being guided spiritually. And I can tell you with something, I was like, you know, my like twin flame journey, something that I started doing, and it really started easing it up, where I would specifically ask my divine counterparts, angels, for their assistance in healing him. Not for me, but for himself. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you're dealing with twin flame energy, you know that you guys are dealing with your own issues. So like you want them to be as supported and guided as they possibly can. So it really can help to pray for that person and use their angels too. You know, they could really have a whole, pray for them with your angels, pray for them with theirs, pray to their ancestors, you know, ask for permission to kind of get into that space in that field and really offer them to be surrounded by love and light. And again, I'm being pulled to the star card again, because I do feel like with the high priestess, there's just a lot of inner workings here, probably childhood trauma from this person. And that's why they're so slow to open up and be vulnerable to you, and why it's been so difficult. But there is a huge transformation. The death card again, there's a huge transformation in everything that's happened. And now again, now's not the time to focus on the intensity of this relationship. It really is time for you to hang out with friends and get back into the know, get back into hanging out with people, and kind of form your own independence. I can't remember, did we have Aquarian here? Yeah, we have Aquarius energy here. So it really is time for you to kind of break away and get into yourself and kind of do something offbeat, particularly if you've just been very much concerned with your divine counterpart. Not saying that like that's your fault or anything that you've had control over, particularly with coronavirus, like there hasn't been really much, you know, hippity hopping and booping anywhere. But now as things are starting to open up, as things are starting to come back together, I really feel like this is an opportunity for you to really allow yourself to be surrounded by friends, surround yourself by different people, different mindsets, and work, you know, with Saturn return here. And it will kind of take some of the pressure off of how long this transformation is taking. But I really do feel like, yeah, the 5 of Cups here, this is really sad, you know, not sad, but this is really, there's been a lot of disappointments surrounding this connection, but I do feel like it's fated. I do feel like it's destined. I do feel like you were meant to come together. Both of you guys are equally holding on to this connection, and I'm being again called to the 4 of Pentacles. So look, you can see how everything is all this connection. Both of you guys, I'm like, if this is you, then this is them. You're all intertwined and holding on, or entangled, as some would say. But I do feel like, yeah, there's an exiting of the situation. It's time for you to move. It's time for you to move on. Not necessarily like, oh, leave this person behind in the dust and all that other stuff, but it's time for you to move on and focus in on yourself. You're not going to speed up the process by sulking. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to speed up the process by like not doing what you got to do, not hanging out with people. Like it's just gonna, I don't know, like that's just not going to be an effective plan for you. That's what I'm hearing. So if you have the opportunity to travel, if you have the opportunity to go somewhere and reconnect with old friends, then that could really be something worth having. And so, yeah, and so I guess the other work for you here too, you got the Daughter of Cups, Seven of Pentacles to the Mother of Wands. Hold on one second. Let me pull up a few more cards. Because you know tonight I'll be bad. Malibu. Some of you guys maybe go to Malibu. I don't know. I heard a song, Malibu. Or you have a Chevy Malibu. All right. Yeah, the Hermit. Okay. So yeah, it really is. This is a time for you to focus on you, focus on investing into yourself. And it's not to say that this person isn't worth having, pile number 3, and that they're not worth, quote, oops, excuse me. Ooh, my nose. Okay, sorry. I was looking, I was like, oh no. Okay. Sorry, pile 3, exclusive, sneak peek, 80s nostrils. Anyways, you got the Daughter of Cups to the 8 of Pentacles. So this is it. I don't want to say wait, because I don't want you to wait. Spirit is not telling you to wait. Spirit is telling you to actively pray for this person and pray for their healing, but also you have a good time. You see what I'm saying? You see the line that I'm trying to paint for you. You can still care for this person. You can still love for this person. You can still send them all the positive energy in the world. But if they're not in a space to accept it just quite yet, then my friend, it's time for you to work on yourself and really building and kind of growing into this Mother of Wands character, this Queen of Wands. So this is, it could be working on your own business, stepping into your own spotlight, stepping into your own, creativity, you know, very Leo energy. Doesn't necessarily have to be, again, but it's just getting into that dramatic part of your self-expression. Again, everybody has access to all 12 energies in their chart, right? Everybody has the 12 houses in their chart. So there is something that you are very Leo-esque about. So it could be asking you to improve upon that if you know where that is in your chart. But you know, I do feel like this situation there is going to be light to the situation. You are going to be brought out of the dark, but I feel like whatever communication you receive from this person is going to be the information that you need in order to walk away and pursue you. Now, that's not saying that this person will come back around. It's not saying that this person isn't the person that you'll ultimately end up with, but it is worth noting that this person is dealing with some very strong ego issues that are very, very deep down. The Father of Pentacles, I feel like this person has a lot of Virgo energy within them, Virgo, Leo, and so they crave perfection. Like they don't want to be embarrassed, and they don't want to be let down, sorry, the banging, but they don't want to miss out on a situation or miss out on, sorry, that bang really threw me off. Give me a second. What was I saying? Strength to the devil. Their ego. Their ego is a problem. But I feel like it has to deal with, excuse me, that's what I'm saying. I feel like it has to probably deal with maybe some masculine traits that they were taught with the Father of Pentacles here. Like they were felt like if they couldn't provide, then no money, no wife. And I feel like they might not be as financially secure as they want to be right now. So they're hiding their feelings. They could be in the middle of a divorce. They're just not ready. They're not ready to really engage with you in the way that you so deserve. And I know that. And so with the Father of Pentacles to the Queen of Wands, you know, the obvious answer here is like, this person's slow and this person is hot and ready, little Caesars, okay? And so this person is not moving at the rate in which you need them to. And again, if you had any type of altercations, if you've had any type of fallings out, you're the one who's burning them. You know, fire scorches earth every time. Rock, paper, scissors, fire scorches earth. So it is on you to be the responsible one and take your energy elsewhere instead of kind of burning them up. So for some of you guys, you can have Leo in the 7th, and that's kind of where you can, or Sun in the 7th house, so where you can burn up kind of your relationships, and you might not be aware of it, where your energy, your wants, your wills can be a lot of pressure to this person. This person is under an immense amount of pressure. But I do feel like there is going to be something brought to light, and it's going to give you that closure that you need to take a step back and walk and move forward. So if that's what you want, then that's what you can work on manifesting, my pile number 3 peoples, because that will give you what you need. Now, I really just want to express that this is just time for you to take for you. I know that I, again, have been through twin flame journeys, and that is kind of one of the last things you want to hear. Specifically, we've been waiting so long for a person, but you have to understand that this person is avoidant and you are more of the clingy one, you know, so like, and both of them are not the best coping mechanisms, but both of them aren't right and both of them aren't wrong. You know, this person is under no obligation to be under you all the time. Like they they can't afford it right now, and they have not been clear, and that's on them, and you do deserve honesty. But what you can do for yourself is step into this Queen of Wands and kind of just go on about your business and let this person catch up to you. The work that you put in, and I'm being again called to the Seven of Pentacles and the Saturn return, the work that you put in is so beneficial just for the healing that you've been able to create for yourself. You should feel more at peace with yourself. And if spirit were to introduce another relationship to you, you should be comfortable to doing that. Now, I don't see another relationship coming in for you. That might be a bad news for others of you, but I really take that as good news because I think that this is your relationship. I feel that way. The thing about it is it's just not at the moment where it's ready to be picked, right? It's not ripe yet. So you're gonna still require a little bit more level of patience, but you have things to do. You have other activities that you can do. You know, with the Mother of Wands here, this is a very active energy, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. So you can easily be getting into fitness. You could be working on body transformation. There's just other things for you to do, working on your own business. Again, entrepreneur, instead of you giving so much energy to somebody who is incapable right now. And again, they've been very much in the dark. The devil energy, the hermit. I mean, it took a while to even get to this point to even see what's happening, but it really just has to deal with their pride is certainly bruised. And it could be because they've just got out of a failed relationship. Like, no, I don't think anybody gets in relationships to break up. So it's always a shocking energy. And with this person, I don't know if they've necessarily done anything, like if they've ever like y'all haven't really broken up. I don't know if you've ever been together to break up. I feel like this connection has always been in existence. And so it's been kind of like, it hasn't really formed yet. Again, it hasn't been concrete. It's been an idea. It will get to a point of concrete, and you will get concrete information relatively soon, you know, so that is coming in. Spirit is giving that to you, but you have to hold up your end of the bargain and start acting in your own instead of acting out of like, oh, well, I'm just going to sit here and wait. I just heard, going back to the corner where I first saw you, gonna camp in my sleeping bag, I'm not gonna move. Like, I just heard the man who can't be moved. The Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. See, he's like sitting right all on his cups. He's just not leaving the Five of Cups. Right, it's just really holding on to like this sadness. And Spirit is really, again, the Empress is just like, you're too full for that. You're too full for that. And this union has happened in the 5D. It just hasn't happened in 3D. And you have other stuff that you're supposed to be doing. And you have to be real with yourself, just like I had to be real with myself. You know, if you really got this relationship that you wanted, and it is this intense, and it is a twin flame, would you truly be able to accomplish the things that you have to accomplish as your emperor, as the Empress? Like, how is your kingdom running? If you've been so focused and you know, in your own bubble, then how is your city doing? How is your kingdom doing? Like, what are some improvements that you can do, you know? And that's kind of what I'm getting for you. But this is a really sticky energy. I know I got a little tough at the end, but I do understand how sticky this energy is. And there's so much that's unknown, but it will be brought to light. It will. You will get that clarity. Right. And the third house messages, you really will get that clarity. And for some of you guys, it really could come through this person's friends. I don't know why I'm hearing that. So, excuse me, if you have like mutual friends with this person and like you end up running to that friend, then I would ask, how such and such doing if you haven't heard from them in a long time? Because I'll be like, oh man, let me tell you, sis, this da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you'll be like, oh, maybe that's why they've been so distant with this Black Moon mystery. But it is going to lead, I've just heard the Lord works in mysterious ways. So please don't take this reading as like, oh, well, let me just throw it all away. It's not that. It's just time for you to reassess your energy as things open back up. And again, Spirit is helping with that. Like, COVID has been crazy. It's been very limiting. No one's been able to do much. Everybody's been very stuck. And so we haven't really had much time to do anything else but sit and fume and ruminate over all of these past relationships, all these past what we consider failures and things that didn't work out. But in doing that, we did all the self-loves, the self-healing. We learned so much, right? We're better people, okay? We're more evolved, right? So it ended up being positive, but now it's time to take all those lessons that you learned and actually put them into practice. So, yeah. That's what we got, all right? So I got some more cards for you. I'm just cleaning up my space. Just cleaning up my space. All right, so this right here is a specific deck. So if you can think of like a very specific question. A shout out to Sydney who got these for me. Thank you so much. But yeah, this is a if you have a specific question, you can think of a specific question and see if a card comes out for you. And if not, then this is just going to sum up the rest of the reading. So we'll see what decides to come out. 2 and 1. Trust. Trust. So some of you guys are like, oh, I don't know. Trust. In the near future, you know, it's moving faster than what it seems, but you have to start that journey of working. Yes. So if you had a very specific question, yes is the answer. I'm saying, yeah, and if you were just like, is AD right? Is that person my man? Yes, it is. I really feel like that's your divine counterpart. I just feel like they're going through it right now, and you're sick of it. You're like, can you heal yourself already, please, so we can, like, be together? If only it was that simple. You know, I'll be so simple, but you'd rather make it hard. So... Yep, so we got compromise here, balance, all right, with the Libra scale. Could be connecting with the Libra, but also just coming to some sort of agreement and just like an understanding. And I feel like, just to reiterate, I just feel like once you have all the information from this person, it'll be easier to kind of understand where you guys stand, it'll be easier to understand where you stand. And from there, you'll be able to make the decisions that you need. So take action. This is for yourself. Get on your horse and go on your way. It's time for you to take action for yourself. It's time for you to move forward. And again, we have peaceful resolution. So it's not, all is not lost. All is not lost, pile 3. If that's really what you need to hear right now, all is not lost. There is so much that's going to be able to happen for you. This relationship is going to move in the near future. You just have to trust it, and you have to work on your end of the bargain, and they will work on theirs. Because they are working on theirs, you know, with that King of Pentacles there, they are working on securing their bag and making sure that they are stable and that they can even be in a significant relationship because they haven't been able to. So, or they're in the midst of getting out of one. All right, and 1 last animal card just to sum it on up. Ooh, okay, so you got 3, so we're gonna take them. You got 4. Okay, you got 4 cards, so we're gonna start with Ladybug. Good luck. Okay, you got, you are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Be present. Yes. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. All right. And so this is just like, you are a ladybug. You are a lady. You're pristine. You are the divine feminine. You know what I'm saying? Like you, or, and again, it does not matter if you are a woman or not. It's just like you very much are open to this relationship and they are lucky to have you. That's what I was trying to say. I was like, what am I trying to say? They are lucky to have you. And you have to believe that, because that's how you can walk away. You understand what I'm saying? You see how that works? Like, you have to believe that you're worth coming to get. And if you don't believe that, then you'll never leave. Hence why they'll never come get you, and you'll just be in this perpetual cycle that you've been in, and that's not what you want. So you got dolphin, play, swim in the happy joy of living, inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom. Go with the flow. Play. Step out of your comfort zone. Have fun. Have fun, for goodness sakes. You know, oh my gosh, COVID it's leaving. It's exiting. I've been saying that since the top. I've been like, I feel like by September, August, September, it's going to start moving, or things are just going to start moving in a different direction. So I feel like that's happening here with these energies. So yeah, it's just time for you to get back in there and splash around. Then you got penguin, authentic. Reach out to your tribe in times of need, friends, okay? Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself, okay? And I do like the penguin because in another deck, the penguin cards is a soulmate card. So I always go ahead and associate it because this is a family here. So yeah, I really do feel like there's a soulmate energy here. But also reach out to your family, spend time with other people, get out of your own head. Get out of your own head. You're no longer helping yourself anymore. It was good earlier, but now it's not. Okay. All right. So we got squirrel, always prepared. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future and life will give you all you need. Okay. So it's really interesting that all of these all of these cards are referring to how much of a bundle of joy that you are. All of these cards pretty much spoke to how authentic and how cool you are. And again, with the Aquarius card being one of the first ones that came out, you're just a very unique, passionate person. You have a lot to offer, and you are a gift. You are a total gift. So it really is up for you to trust that, believe in that, and really bring back that sunshine. I feel like you've just been in this funk, you know, and then that might be an understatement, you know what I'm saying? It might be an understatement, but I feel like you guys have been in a funk at the very least, where you've dimmed your light just because of life's distraction, just because of things that were happening outside of your control. But now is the time and the opportunity for you to surrender. And once you're able to surrender, my friends, then you will be able to be that beautiful, colorful, bright you, and you will attract all the energy in the world to get what it is that you need. And I do feel like you are definitely in a soulmate twin flame connection, and you just have to believe that is happening and be patient with the person that you're working with, instead of going to your they didn't respond back to me, they hate me, I hate myself, and this is the end of the world, and like, you know, ready to throw yourself off a cliff because they're busy. You know, just accept that they're busy and keep it pushing. You know, there's really nothing that you can do but that. So that is what I got for you, pile 3. Again, if you would like a personal reading, please check out that description box below and information how to book a personal reading with me. And yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be kicking up my Instagram thing. I really am. Guys, I know I make so many promises. I'm just being so honest at the end of this reading. So pile 3, you get it. I know I make so many things that I want to do, and listen, life is always just like, like, I mean, it's insane how much Saturn has just influenced this freaking channel. But I promise you, I work so hard. I promise you, I really wanted to get off the ground more than you do. I want to post more than you have any idea. So just thank you so much for bearing with me, particularly if you kept your subscribership, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. And yeah, peace until next time. I'm not sure when I'll be able to do another video. Again, I'm in the middle of a move, or I'm in the middle of helping my mother move. So yeah, I'm going to try to be more consistent at some time. But yeah, until then, I've been doing personals. I've had a lovely time doing personals because most of my personals are live. So you get to talk to me. I promise you, I'm not done like this, but so you know, Jesus said come as you are. So if that interests you. But anyways, thank you guys so much. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and peace until next time.